Hello, everyone. My name is Mo Zulfikar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another income. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you could head to incomeinvestors.com. You can find the link to the website in the description below. A lot can change over the course of 2 years, especially on the Wall Street. Case in point, oil prices are down from their March 2022 highs of around 130 per barrels, hovering at around 79 per barrels at the time of recording. Despite the big 40% drop in price and projections by some that oil prices would remain under pressure, the opposite has been happening. The West Texas Intermediate crude is up almost 10% in 2024 and rose for a second consecutive month in February. Certainly, oil stocks can be volatile. They were the biggest winners in 2022 and did well in 2023. This year hasn't started out as well. In fact, a few of the biggest energy stocks are outperforming the market. Marathon Petroleum Corp, traded on NASDAQ under symbol MPC, is doing well, up 18.5% in 2024, but its dividend is just 1.9%. And that's almost half of the current inflation rate. And certainly nothing that would excite an income investor. There are some smaller players, though, that are throwing up some solid numbers. San Juan Basin Royalty Trust, traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol SJT, is up respectable 7.5% year to date, and it recently hiked its monthly dividend by 87.5%. John?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Yeah, San Juan Basin Royalty Trust is as the name implies, royalty trust with a 75% overriding royalty interest in the San Juan Basin of New Mexico. The subject interests are actually owned by Hilcorp San Juan LP, unlike actively managed trusts in which a management team can grow its assets. San Juan Basin Royalty itself doesn't engage in any new business or commercial activity, nor can it use any portion of the trust to acquire additional properties, which means the company's assets wells will eventually run dry. But that won't happen for quite some time. The trust has enough energy reserves to run for at least another 10 to 15 years, probably more. The number of years could increase as drilling technology improves, but the owner, Hilcorp, is still actively involved in maximizing its asset. This past February, Hilcorp announced its 2024 plan, estimated its capital expenditures at $36 million. Of that, the vast majority, 27 million, will be allocated to 3 new drill projects, and $8 million is being used for recompleting and workover on 36 projects.
And this is something big, and you rarely see this. The company's February cash distribution jumped by 85%.
Yeah, virtually every penny that comes from the company's oil and gas leaseholds goes directly to unit holders as monthly dividends. In February, the company announced a monthly cash distribution of 1.41 million, or 0.030 per unit, which works out to 79 cents per unit on an annual basis for a yield of 16.3%. That's up from a January distribution of $758,308, or 0.0162 per unit. Because monthly distributions can vary, annual payouts can too. The company's payouts cratered to just 15 cents per share during the 2020 health crisis, and more than doubled from 77 cents per unit in 2021 to $1.66 per unit in 2022. Now, those annual distributions can be quite frothy too. In 2008, its annual distribution hit $3.06 per unit.
If I can interject here, what this means is that investors need to pay attention to what's going on in the energy sector. San Juan Basin isn't the kind of stocks you can just buy and forget about. The company's distribution in 2020 was so low because it also suspended its payout for 4 months of the year.
Yes, exactly. That's why it's important to pay attention to basically any stock, frankly. But it's also important to note that its share price can also make big moves to the upside and downside as well, closely following gyrations with the price of West Texas Intermediate. For example, between March 2020 and August 2022, SJT Stock rallied a pretty impressive 392%. Conversely, since August 2022, SJ units have fallen 48%, though SJT units have actually rallied 5.8% in 2024. And since the 2020 start of 24, the price of West Texas Intermediate has rallied 9%. So you can sort of see how they sort of run in step with each other.
John, thank you so much for your insights. No stock is perfect, but under the right condition, San Juan Basin Royalty Trust has proven to be an excellent oil and gas company that provides investors with long-term capital appreciation and ultra-high yield monthly dividend. SJT units haven't fared all that well over the last year, but that should change once inflation is reliably in Fed's target range and interest rates decline and the economy moderates. A lot to ask for, but it's a certainty. Until then, though, industry tailwinds are helping San Juan Basin Royalty to report solid monthly results and provide investors with reliable monthly dividend. That's it for today. And now make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com to get our free special reports on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.